Quick note before we start. This is information, not advice. So always check your own situation with the Social Security Administration. There is one Social Security mistake so quiet and so easy to make that some households lose as much as $182,000 to it over the course of their retirement. $182,000. That is not a typo, and it is not some scam headline. It is the slow, invisible cost of a few ordinary decisions made without the full picture in front of you. And the worst part is that the people making this mistake almost never feel it happen. There is no alarm that goes off. No bill arrives in the mail. The money just quietly never shows up, a little at a time, for 20 or 30 years. I am not a financial advisor, and I would never pretend to be one. I am just an old man who got curious about where all that money quietly goes. So let me walk you through the mistake in plain English, so you can look in the mirror and make good and sure it is not you. Now, I am not here to scare you into claiming at any particular age. You will not hear me say take it early, and you will not hear me say wait until 70. That decision is yours, and we are going to spend a whole video on how to make it well. What I am here to do today is show you the traps that swallow that $182,000, because nearly every dollar of it comes from the very same place. Decisions made on autopilot without anybody ever stopping to run the real numbers. And I have watched this happen to sharp people. People who balanced a checkbook at the kitchen table every Sunday night for 50 years. It is not about being careless. It is about a system that hands you a once-in-a-lifetime decision and forgets to mention the fine print. So let us walk through the traps one by one. The first mistake, and the one sitting underneath all the others, is claiming on pure autopilot. Here is what that looks like. A birthday rolls around. Somebody feels ready. They call up or click a few buttons online, and they take whatever number the computer puts in front of them. No comparison, no second opinion, no look at all at how the choice plays out over a long life. And I understand the urge completely, because the money is right there, and you have surely earned it. But the difference between a thought-out decision and a coin flip can be tens of thousands of dollars stretched across your retirement. Think of it like signing the papers on a house without ever once asking the price. You would never do that in 100 years. Yet good folks do the exact equivalent with a benefit they are going to live on for the rest of their lives. The fix is not complicated. Before you lock anything in, you run what is called a break-even, which is just a plain comparison of your choices laid out over time, using your own real numbers from your own free account. The mistake is not which age you pick. The mistake is picking it blind. The second mistake catches people completely off guard, and it is this. A whole lot of folks have no earthly idea that their Social Security can be taxed at all. They spent their entire life thinking, I paid into this. This is my own money. Surely Uncle Sam is not going to turn around and tax me on it twice. But depending on your other income, a pension, a part-time job, the money you pull out of your savings, a portion of your Social Security benefit can become taxable, and nobody warns you about that when you sign up. So a retiree sets the whole household budget based on the full check, and then come tax time, there is a bill they never saw coming, and the entire year suddenly feels tighter than it ever should have. You cannot always avoid it, but you can plan around it. And planning starts with simply knowing it is possible in the first place. Ask how your other income affects the tax on your benefit before you owe it, not after the envelope shows up. If you want all of this in one place, I put together a small 2026 playbook that walks you through every benefit step by step. Links in the description if it helps. Either way, let's keep going. The third mistake hits the folks who claim their check early and then keep right on working, which more and more of us are doing these days, and good for us. But here is the trap. If you start your Social Security before your full retirement age, and you are still bringing home a paycheck, there is a limit on how much you can earn before they begin holding back part of your benefit. In 2026, if you are under full retirement age for the whole year, that limit is $24,480. Earn above it, and they hold back $1 for every $2 you make over that line. In the year you actually reach full retirement age, the limit jumps way up to $65,160, and it gets gentler, just $1 held back for every 3 you earn over. And once you hit full retirement age, that limit disappears completely, and you can earn whatever you please. Now, here is the part nobody explains. The money they hold back is not gone forever. You generally get credit for it later, and your check is bumped up down the road. But that is awfully cold comfort when your benefit suddenly shrinks and you had already spent it in your head. People feel ambushed. They feel like they are being punished for working hard. The fix is just knowing these numbers ahead of time, so that it is a choice you made and not a shock that landed on you. And this is exactly why I put every bit of this into one place. Every trap we are covering today, the break-even, the tax surprise, the earnings limits, and the survivor rules, is laid out in plain words in my 2026 Social Security Playbook. The first 4 videos in this whole series, this one included, all live inside it, so you are not stuck scribbling notes off a screen at midnight. The link is sitting down in the description. You do not need it to follow along, so let us get to the big one. Here is the most expensive mistake of them all, the one that does the most damage to that $182,000 number. Ignoring the spousal and survivor benefits. Now, I covered these in real detail back in my very first video, so I will keep it short here, but I simply cannot leave it off the list, because this is where the truly life-changing money likes to hide. A married couple that never claims the spousal benefit can leave half of a check on the table for years on end. And the survivor benefit is the giant one. When one spouse passes away, the one left behind may be entitled to step up to the larger of the 2 checks for the rest of their life. When a family does not know that a grieving widow can spend her final years getting by on the smaller check, never once realizing she was entitled to her husband's bigger one the entire time. That is not a few dollars here and there. Over a long widowhood, that single missed benefit can climb into the tens of thousands of dollars, all on its own. I have sat with widows who found this out years too late, and the look that comes over their face is something I will not soon forget. So if you take only one thing from this entire video, take this. The claiming decision is never just about you. It echoes right on to whoever you leave behind. So there is the mistake in 4 parts. Claiming blind with no break even. Forgetting that your benefit can be taxed. Getting ambushed by the earnings limit while you work. And ignoring the spousal and survivor money that quietly dwarfs all the rest of it combined. Add it all up over a lifetime, and for some households, you really are staring at a number like $182,000. But here is the good news, and it is genuinely good news. Every single one of these is avoidable. And it all starts the very same way. You open your free My Social Security account at ssa.gov. You look at your own real numbers, and you start asking your questions before you sign, not after. Or you call them directly at 1-800-772-1213, and you make them earn their afternoon. If this helped you dodge even one of these, do me a favor and hit subscribe, because next time I am going to show you 5 things you are very likely still paying for after 60 that the government will actually cover for you for free. You have been spending money you never had to spend. It is your money. Let us go and get it. I will see you in the next one.